Hello, my name is Jessica Manchester, and I have researched the Every Child a Reader and Writer initiative. So the context for this initiative, it started in 0607 by the Noyce Foundation. At first, they supported 34 schools in 5 districts in the Silicon Valley school districts, and they supported them with grants and professional development. All of their students most of them come from ethnically and economically diverse backgrounds, and approximately 40% of the students are not native English speakers. Now they're in about 40 schools in 10 districts in the same geographical area. So they aim to step back as districts utilize the knowledge of their literacy coaches, teacher leaders, and principals to independently continue to expand and implement the writing workshop. So abbreviated, they are ECRW, like I said, created by the Noyce Foundation. They began in 2000 and they focus primarily on the teaching of writing through a writing workshop approach. Their mission statement is, we seek to improve literacy achievement for students in K-5 utilizing the key strategies of system-wide professional development, classroom coaching, and assessment of student work. So there are several things that they really focus on that I'll go through real quickly. System-wide professional development. They have a wide range of in-depth professional development based on working with consultants and authors in the field of literacy instruction. So they're very assessment and evidence-based, and they work with professionals in the field. They support district and site administrators as well as teachers, and they infuse the writing workshop throughout each participating district. So they work very closely with administrators, school leadership, and teachers to collaborate and create professional development programs within their schools. Coaching is a big thing that they emphasize, so they work hard to really empower and train the school's literacy coaches. And so the literacy coaches can then go into their schools and lead their teachers and other people to utilize these skills. They also offer training for teachers. So everybody can be involved, in districts and schools get to kind of choose who they send to get these trainings. So they receive professional development in writing pedagogy, coaching strategies, and presentation skills. And like I said, they empower these coaches to plan and lead professional development for implementation of the writing workshop within their own school. They also focus on assessment. All students at participating schools are expected to develop a portfolio of their work as writers, and teachers and other team members, as well as the people at the initiative, will collect those samples and look at them and assess how students are growing and how the program is working as a whole. So it's organized, the way they do it is in units of study. So they start with creating a learning community in the classroom of writing workshop. They might do genres of writing, which is pretty typical of what we see, or they might do a unit of study on qualities of good writing. So some examples of units of study are revision, using mentor writers, and using conventions and interesting ways to support the meaning of texts. So one thing that's really cool that they do is they work together with district literacy coaches and administrators, and sometimes teacher level, to work together to make decisions on what units to teach and when, based on all these things. So they look at grade level standards, the students' needs and interests, as well as the strengths of the teachers that are teaching the writing. So they do not use the same curriculum or scope and sequence, if you will, all year, every year. It really is adopted and adapted for each teacher's and school's use. And they also teach and empower teachers how to make a backwards unit plan. So starting with the end in mind of creating the goal for the unit, creating the assessment, and then working backwards to figure out what they need to teach in order for students to accomplish those writing goals. This is just an example of some of their professional development. This is working on a personal narrative unit of study, and you can just see that the professional from Noyce Foundation thinks through and attends to what that personal school and training needs. And so they teach things of who would attend, how long, what are some of the goals. And so it's really catered to each school. And then they also teach and empower each school to cater it to their own classroom and their own school. So some of the things that I really like from reading about this initiative is that they really empower teachers to assess, plan, and cater instruction on their own. So they work on kind of the trickle down. They empower and professionally develop the administrators and coaches and specialists in the building. And then those people are really empowered and equipped to then help coach the people underneath them, the teachers. And so there's a lot of empowering teachers to do it on their own and giving them really good skills so that, potentially they won't always need the Noyce Foundation to help them. So I think that's a cool model. They also collaborate and support each other to develop units of study. So I like that it changes every year based on standards, student need, interest, all of that. I think that's a really helpful thing to do in the classroom, and then to have support and know how to do that competently is also another helpful thing. They also create a lot of resources for the units of study. So sometimes it feels like we're reinventing the wheel in the classroom, and we aren't. And so it's really cool that they provide the resources to do that. They also have a whole page of videos and lessons that have been recorded. They have 3 or 4 teachers that are on the website where you can kind of follow them and you can get to know their teaching style and watch their lessons. And I think that's a really helpful thing to be able to watch other teachers teach these lessons that you're looking to integrate. The only thing I felt like it was lacking is I really like to integrate writing with all content areas, but especially reading and other language areas like spelling and grammar. So I didn't see anything on their website that necessarily says they don't do that, but I also didn't see anything that says that they do. So since they are a writing workshop, but they're also called Every Child a Reader and Writer. So there's obvious connections with reading and writing that this initiative would support students reading. It's kind of implied. But I would like to see how they marry the two potentially a little bit more. So that was my only thing that I feel like it's missing potentially, but even that, it felt like a really good writing workshop model to use. So this is the website if you would like to read more about it. Thank you for watching.